Hello, and welcome to Cardboard Decoy's Backlog. This is Eufloria. Now, Eufloria is an older game. Jesus, my definition of older kind of upsets me. It's only like 2 or 3 years. Well, I guess if you're 6, that's half your life away. That'd be like, oh my god. What came out whenever I was in my early to mid-teens? Would that be like Earthbound? When did Earthbound come out? Shit. I'm aging myself terribly here. It wasn't quite PS generation. Yeah, anyways, okay, I'm getting totally sidetracked there by nostalgia and worrying about the fleeting mortality that I have. Either way, on a related note, Eufloria is a very interesting sort of minimalistic real-time strategy game. So what I mean by that is you play it like a real-time strategy game. There's kind of this macro army building and organization and sending out to attack things and capturing areas and everything else. You wouldn't think that. I mean, look at this. This is a very kind of slimmed down menu. We got some pretty trees growing on a tiny planet over here, and you don't think that this is some kind of bloody war game, but it very much is. So let's see. Play through the game's story and discover what Eufloria universe has to offer. The story mode is the best way to learn how to play and enjoy the game, and we recommend you play it before other play modes. Playing through the mini challenges will unlock additional content. Man, oh, jeez. So I'm recording these in sequence with a few others, but if you watch my Dear Esther video, you probably notice that I am just completely ineloquent at the moment, and I'm not sure what's up with me, but let's, hopefully I'll be able to make it through this. Anyways, so I reinstalled this, and it did not save any of my games, so I guess maybe that's a downside. Either that or no. I'm trying to remember now. It was, either way, it was a long time ago whenever I played it. And it was a very different time. I grabbed it on a Humble Indie Bundle whenever it was like Humble Indie Bundle 4 or something. I can't even remember. But yeah, it's pretty old, but still good. Let's go ahead and see what happens. So this is going to be kind of a basic tutorial sort of thing. Introduction. Welcome to Eufloria. We hope you will enjoy playing this game. Most things you need to know will be explained whilst playing. But some advanced features are described in the game's manual. Feel free to have a look, but beware, it contains spoilers, and they're referring mostly to, like, pro-Gosu tactics. Let's see. Please keep in mind that Eufloria is largely procedurally generated. Each time you play a level, it will be different. Check out the options for preferences, yada yada. Wake up, little seedling. You must find your brothers and sisters. Find others and plant a tree. Then grow 4 new seedlings, and you may proceed. Use the mouse wheel to zoom in and out. Move the camera around with the middle or right mouse. Okay. Click on an asteroid to see its contents. Left click drag from an asteroid to select one or more of your seedlings. Drag or move the arrow onto another asteroid to send your seedlings there. Okay. You can only move within your empire's range, which grows upon acquiring more asteroids. So, very, very simple explanation. We have 1 seedling. I believe... Oh. No, hold on. I've already messed it up. I have no idea what I'm doing. Here we go. Should be able to capture this, I think. Alright, goes over here. And it's discovered. And now I'm trying to remember how you capture the damn planet. Okay, so I was just being really dumb and not exploring enough. Yeah, so basically we're still kind of in the tutorial mode, and there were more planets to get to, and I need to just go to that, so don't mind me, I'm just being dumb and forgetful. Let's go over here. We were supposed to get 10 seedlings on 1 planet. There we go, and they all fly over to this one. Select the asteroid with 10 seedlings. You can now press the Dyson Tree button to plant a tree. You can find it on the asteroid menu bar at the bottom of the screen. You need 10 seedlings to plant a new tree. So there we go, now we know. I'm sitting here. This is the problem with playing a game you used to play a long time ago and knowing everything about, and then not playing for a long time, is you make these assumptions that are not exactly congruent because you forget little details. Excellent. You have planted a new Dyson tree. Dyson trees produce new seedlings. Watch this tree take root and grow more brothers and sister seedlings. So, yeah. Basically, it starts a root, and now 10 of these guys are going to land over here in the ground, and a tree is going to grow from it. It's good stuff, really. So yeah, very slow, very calm. It's not really a lot going on here. But now we already have 1 new seedling, which is awesome. And we'll be waiting for more to bloom and fall off of the tree here, which will slowly continue to grow and produce more and more seedlings here. So yeah, there you see, it falls off. It's got this sort of hummingbird shape to it. And they're flying. Oh, ain't that just sweet? So, very good. You have grown 4 seedlings, enough to make take you to the next area. You will do the growers proud. Alright, cool. Now we go to the next area. I want to see if we can get some combat before I end this. There we go. Expansion. More tutorialized kind of stuff. Alright, it is time for you to help grow our empire. As your mother tree, I will guide you. Explore this minor belt and establish new colonies to serve the growers. Grow settlements on all asteroids and uncover their riches. Yes, so there we go. That's the riches I was looking for. So whenever you select one of these, it has these bars that are energy, strength, speed. So whatever tree you end up planting here is going to impart these stats onto your seedlings. So if we move everybody over here, I think, how many do we have here? We have seedling 6. It's not quite enough for a new tree. I think I should be able to build a tree there. And I also want to say there's different types of trees that you get as you go further. So we're going to move everybody there. Move these guys back here. Whoever's left, at least. Fortunately, they queue them up and they'll end up growing that tree without any problems. I think you can only do like 3 trees per planet. Could be more. Really can't recall at the moment, but that's pretty much par for the course right now, isn't it? So yeah, that's basically how this game is played. It's very slow, very calm. You think RTS like something like StarCraft, where it's just mass chaos and hysteria at all times, and it's go, 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 and timing and everything else, and it's got elements of that, but it's also kind of more of a meditative experience, I suppose you could say. Definitely not saying that StarCraft is not a meditative experience, because Lord knows that it can be. Alright, we have 10 seedlings there. That's enough to move over here and plant a new tree. And we also have our field of influence, which I think if we hover over like this, I can't remember at the moment, don't mind me. Let's see, we plant a tree there, and that should increase our influence. There's a way to see it. Let's see, find all the other asteroids and add them to our empire. Each asteroid is unique. Their energy, strength, and speed attributes have been determine our capabilities. Click on a discovered asteroid. Yeah. So, and now we have 2 seedlings here. We can just get them to scout. And then we can prioritize. That's a lot of energy and speed. So, this is really good speed. Now we can send them... Oh, well, we don't have this claim, so we can only travel... Ah, that's how you get that. You can only travel within this solid sort of green area here. So we're going to have to wait until we can move everybody up here to continue colonizing. So, here we go. We've got a lot built up on that first planet with the 3 trees there. And everybody will slowly... You can see kind of these little mosquito shapes flying over there. And they do kind of, they're different depending on their stats. So I think this one has really high energy, so he's got more health. And then these guys are really fast, so they have big wings but tiny everything else. And if they have a lot of attack, their little proboscis there will end up being very large and pointy. So it's kind of neat in that way. It's got this sort of very real sense of progression to it. Okay, how are we doing over here? Can't plant another tree? That's okay. We'll move these guys over here and get another tree going on there. Cool, and now you guys can go over here. Actually, can I move 1 there? Yeah, we'll just move 1 over that way with a right click. And then we'll plant 2 more trees here, that'll work. And then we can start really getting a swarm army happening. So, yeah, there's not anybody else going on here. Man, I am all about the going on today as well. Oh, my vocabulary, my vocal skills, my eloquence, my eloquation? Yeah, the stuff with the words, my ability to use my mouth in a manner that is befitting of gentlemen is failing. Oh, so bad. Okay, so I really want to get to some combat, so right now I'm just kind of hurrying through this whole colonization phase here as much as I can. It's all coming back to me now. I'm starting to remember how to play. Alright, then we get this heavy flow over here, not to be mistaken for other sorts of flow. I also like this, how it the way it draws the roots to the core of these little planets here. Or asteroids, I suppose, is what they actually call them in-game. So alright, we've claimed all of these. I am pleased. You have learned how to grow new trees and how to add new asteroids to our empire. Notice how older trees grow tall and produce mini seedlings. Yeah, they produce more the longer they survive, which becomes a major mechanical thing. Graze, here we go. Here's a little bit of combat. Combat is not particularly complex. What happened to our colony? There should be more seedlings here. This place was previously teeming with life. Find out what happened. Alright, so I'll send some guys down here to explore. Ah, that's right, trees, 4 out of 4, which is, it's somewhat terrain-based. Like, you can only grow so many based on the size of the asteroid, so these are fairly generous asteroids to build on. Okay, so we've got 4 there. These guys, we're waiting for this. What is happening? Oh my goodness. We have opposition. If we get in real close here, these creatures, they are mad with violence and anger. Why do they fight us? So they fire little lasers at each other. It's weirdly adorable to me. I don't know exactly how else to describe it other than weirdly adorable. That's pretty much all there is to it. Alright, we're gonna grow a tree there. Alright, now we have some like real conflict. Now, pretty much the rest of the game is kind of born out of the mechanics that you've already seen here, and there's a few interesting tactics and ways to go about things in order to kind of employ the game mechanics to your advantage that you wouldn't normally think, and they're all actually pretty naturally discoverable. And yes, your trees can be destroyed. Those are a lot of enemy gray lasers that are being fired at said tree. If the redder something is, the closer it is to dying, naturally. It's a fairly standard video game convention, I would imagine. So, yeah, we're waiting for this tree to die while these other ones develop here. Alright, cool. We got 14 here. We're going to move that over there and start growing more trees. Well, actually, we might just wait until we have a fairly decent number of guys. Oh, you know what? Maybe we can counterattack too. Duh. Why am I being a chicken and building up my base when I could be aggressive and actually defend the one tree I already have over here so I don't have to recolonize? Jeez. Way to go, tactical armchair general, whatever the hell derogatory terms I can come up with for my bad RTS strategy. Alright, there we go. So that should actually give us a pretty decent advantage because we have the really long stingers, or proboscis, or whatever you want to call them, which means that we do a ton of damage to these guys, and we'll be able to defeat them fairly handily there. Alright, we will try to colonize over here and grow another tree. This is our forward base, so these guys are just going to hang out. And I think they heal over time. I want to say they heal over time, but I can't recall at the moment. Yeah, this is actually a pretty decent resource with the energy and strength. That's our good speed planet. Yeah, this is a good place to start out. So we'll go ahead and just build up trees, because now it is kind of interesting because there's a very weird sort of balance between numbers and attributes. So yeah, we send ceilings with a high strength ratio or attribute. You can send those if you see some place with like a lot of energy but they don't have a lot of other hot stats flying around. Like these guys look like they have pretty decent attack, and they're average, but they're very fast. And so that would mean that we'd need something to be able to counteract that. If we can get like speed and everything to max, obviously that would be like the completely winning strategy. But we don't have that accessible to us at this moment. Let's go ahead and we'll send some down there. There we go. We have 10 seedlings there. And but to counteract a lot of speed, you just need to be aware of the fact that they're going to fire at you a lot. So you can get something with high energy, like these guys have really high energy, but everything else is pretty average on them. The big fat ones here. So we need a lot of attack to be able to whittle them down quickly. Otherwise, it's just a battle of attrition. And most of this game is actually a series of battles of attrition, if you want to be 100% honest about it. But it's the fun kind of attrition. Yeah, let's call it that. So here we got some pretty well-developed trees here that are really starting to churn out our little hummingbird-looking guys. Hummingbird, maple, seed, I don't know what all you would want to classify them as, but they are trees, and they have seeds that are at least semi-intelligent, autonomous beings that fly around in space to colonize things, and they fight each other with lasers. Man, oh man, what a game description. I love it. But yeah, so if you're into a more sort of gradual meditative experience in your RTS games, then this would be a good pickup. I think it's fun. I think it's really cool. It might be dangerously close to like Flash game level, but honestly, I've never had a problem with Flash games. And some people are kind of turned off by that, and I don't blame you. I understand. That was a very long section of internet history to be a part of, where Flash games ruled supreme, and their influencers are now marked upon pretty much every game that we see today. Regardless, I don't think that's like a completely condemning sort of thing. I like simpler games. If you can pull off a decent simpler game that's actually pretty fun to play and interesting to boot, then you're probably okay. So we just killed their tree, which means now we have the opportunity to capture that space. We capture that space by sending guys down here. I'm not entirely sure how many guys we have to send down here. I think it's just like another 10 or something. But yeah, now we get that tree. That tree will start growing for our side. And we'll be able to grow even more guys. Oh my god, we're getting rather attacked. Rather attacked, he says. That's a very bizarre thing to say at all. Enemies, 28. That's a lot of enemies. Hopefully we'll be able to take care of this before all hell breaks loose, which is imminent at this point. So, also, another thing about the asteroid size is it determines your ability to fly out. So, like this had the ability to fly to this one. We could have flown back to that one too, I guess, so no big deal. They're retreating, so victory us, more or less. Okay. Now we want to bundle everybody up. So, but it is possible to have a really small planet that can only hop to, like, the next nearest asteroid, and then have a really large asteroid over here that can hop all the way over there without any interstitial interference. So there's a lot of tactical advantage to be had in the placement of all the asteroids and how you go about moving your troops around to take care of these things. Another thing about speed is speed also is a very heavily determining factor in the speed at which you move guys in between planets like this. So that could also be of tactical importance depending on your situation. Let's go ahead and send all 60 down here. That should be more than enough to take care of whatever's in store for us. So as you can see, we have our vanguard. The super fast guys are already there. Now we have our heavy attack, low speed, but also fairly high energy guys that are joining the fray. And the Greys are coming to defend. No big deal. Alright, let's grow some more trees. And we only got 8 there. That's fine. Alright, we're capturing that. That's good. This is also a good choke point for us because they can only attack this planet. So we can just hang out here with all of our troops and kind of aggregate all of them onto this one asteroid and be fine. Okay, that's 10 seedlings. That's 11 seedlings. That's 60 seedlings. So let's go ahead and grow 2 trees. Why not? Alright, cool. And that's a decent allocation for now. We can just... these guys are starting to produce enough on their own to continue being autonomous, so... Or we don't necessarily... Or these guys are starting to produce enough, just to clarify, seeds to be able to continue growing their trees to the max. So anything that pops up on these guys over here, we'll just send straight to our Vanguard planet in order to prepare for our major assault once we are satisfied with the current state and population of our other planets. So... yeah, pretty good stuff. It's very sneaky in how in-depth and complex it can get. And once again, I do like games like this. I enjoy a very minimalistic... Whoa, well, you know, I guess the game crashed. I'll tie up my thoughts on the subject, but it appears... Whoa, let's see. Please contact the application has requested a what? Has requested a runtime to terminate it in an unusual way. Okay, well, that'll be... I'll just leave it at that for right now. It is an older game, it's very simple, and, you know, maybe it is prone to bugs. I don't know. I don't remember running into that many errors, but I am trying to record and do all kinds of other stuff at the same time, so who knows. Either way, this has been Cardboard Decoy's Backlog for Eufloria. I think it's a fun game. I don't know how much it costs. Like I said, I got it on an indie bundle, which means it probably pops up from time to time still on some kind of ridiculous sale, or is already unbelievably cheap and underappreciated. And if you're into this kind of thing, then I would definitely suggest picking it up and giving it a shot. It's fun. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Have fun.